tripartite conflict. In the tripartite conflict, what was the first? Pala, second one Pratihara, and Rashtrakuta. Geographically, roughly I draw a map also here, the required. So this, the area, Bengal, this was the area included Bangladesh. It was ruled over by the Palas. So here that region known as the Pratiharas. Deccan, this is a region was ruled over by the Rashtrakutas originally. So because of the territorial expansion, they are moving from here and there, that's a different issue. Okay. Now I am going to be discussed directly. These are the areas. Pala. See, so Pala we are going to be discussed. I said they ruled over almost entire East and West Bengal. Somehow. The founder was Gopala. Here we have to be discussed how Gopala came into the power. So the pre-Gopala, there was a one ruler, his name known as a Shashanka. Shashanka, popularly known as a Gauda Shashanka. Gauda Shashanka, he was a contemporary of Harshavardhana. Not only contemporary of Harshavardhana, arch rival of whom Harshavardhana. This Gauda Shashanka was responsible, destroyed of Bodhi tree in India. Right? So because he was a Shaivite, whereas Harshavardhana was admirer of the Buddhism, so when the Bodhi tree under the control of the territory, the Shashanka, he destroyed that one. Remember his name, Shashanka. So Shashanka around died in the year of 650. From 650 AD to 750 AD, around a century, 100 years, the anarchy prevailed in where? Bengal. Completely. So entire this Bengal or Shashanka kingdom disintegrated n number of the dynasties and princely states, whatever we so called. Yet this juncture, in that anarchy situation, some of the elderly people of these Bengals, after 100 years, all are the request to the Gopala to become that ruler of the Bengal, because we are going to be support you. You are able to be protect these people, suppress these anarchy conditions. So that was the reason Gopala came into the power. Finally, what was? After the request of the people of the Bengal, means behalf of the Bengal people, who the some of the elderly people request him. So indirectly what was? He was elected ruler. Gopala, the Bengal, it was not a hereditary property of the Gopala. None of his forefathers and none of his elderly people, no one was the ruler of the Bengal. Simply with the request of the locals, he came into the power, means indirectly democratic. So he was a fourth elected ruler in the history of India. First one Harshavardhana for Kanauj. Second one Nandivarman II of Pallava. Third one Yashovarman of Kanauj. Fourth one was Gopala. Gopala was a fourth elected ruler in the history of India. Right? The first one Harshavardhana. Second one Nandivarman. Third one Yashovarma. Fourth one Gopala. Neither conquered nor any hereditary. Right? That was the reason he was elected. So what was the greatness of this Gopala here? The Gopala greatness very simple here. He was admirer of that Buddhism, I said, but first he focused bring a peace. He brought peace at his level best completely at where? Bengal. That was the area. So probably some of the historians said he was born in somewhere at Pundarivanam, which was in the Bengal, later became the ruler. I said he was admirer of the which one? Buddhism. So that was the reason what he did. He built Vodantapuri University. So Vodantapuri University is a similar university of Nalanda University. Vodantapuri University, it spread the thought of Buddhism. The thought, which one? Buddhism. That was the reason he founded a university called as a Vodantapuri. In the modern days, that Vodantapuri University known as the B.R. Sharif. Right? B.R. Sharif. That is the only one he was. So he was succeeded by his son name called as a Dharmapala. So during the period of the Dharmapala, he was one of the important ruler. But during the period of Dharmapala, what happened here? He faced lot of problems from the Pratihara rulers, at the same time Rashtrakutas, because almost it was a triangle wars. So first what happened? Pratihara ruler Vatsaraja defeated whom? Dharmapala. The Pratihara ruler Vatsaraja of Pratihara defeated Dharmapala. So he lost Dharmapala. But luckily what happened here, right? Rashtrakuta ruler Dhruva came and defeated Vatsaraja. Not only Vatsaraja, even he defeated Devapala also. The triangle. Vatsaraja defeated Devapala. Now Dhruva defeated whom? Vatsaraja. So at the same time Dhruva defeated even Dharmapala. In the triangle, Vatsaraja, even though he defeated Devapala, he could not benefited anything. He could not collected any ripening fruits, because immediately he lost to whom? Dhruva of Rashtrakuta. It is the one. And immediately what happened here? One more point here. So Nagabhatta II came into the power at Pratiharas. Nagabhatta II. Again Nagabhatta who unable to be handled that Nagabhatta II, while he wrote a letter to the Rashtrakuta ruler. While Rashtrakuta ruler was Govinda III. Govinda III was received a letter from Dharmapala to rescue him. From whom? Nagabhatta. All the way Govinda III came and defeated Nagabhatta. So because of this one, Dharmapala was luckily saved. And then Dharmapala, what he did after this war, he nominated one of his nominee on the throne of Etwer, Kanauj. His Dharmapala nominee, his name known as Chakrayudha, now became a ruler of the Kanauj. So these three people fought for the which one? Only the Kanauj, na? Just I shared with you. All of them, they fought for that which one? Kanauj. But now Dharmapala, he nominated his nominee, who was Chakrayudha, as a ruler of where? Kanauj. But later two Ayudas will come. One was Chakrayudha, second one Vajrayudha, third one Indrayudha. Chakrayudha, Indrayudha, Vajrayudha. Indrayudha was nominated by Pratiharas and Vajrayudha was nominated by Rashtrakutas. Later the political scenario and phenomena regularly changed. So because no one has a ability of to establish empire. Almost all are they were weak. So now Dharmapala period, this one. And but Dharmapala, what he did, he founded a university like his father. His father founded, I said, Vodantapuri. Similarly, this man, he founded a university called Vikramashila University. Vikramashila University. So the Vikramashila University, which located at Bhagalpur. Bhagalpur, not Karnataka one, Bihar one. So one more. And one more during this period, he built Viharas at Sompura. Viharas at Sompura. That Sompura today we called as a Pahanipur also. Pahanipur. So generally popularly known as a Sompura Viharas. So Viharas, what is the symbol of that Viharas? What was the use of the Vihara? In the Buddhist architecture, there was a particularly one Stupa, Chaitya, Vihara, Arama. Arama, many of the even teachers also, they never discussed about Arama. They discussed only Stupa, Chaitya, Vihara. Arama also important. Arama nothing but educational institution. It is a rest place or residential complex of the Buddhist monks. Buddhist monks. When that it was a residential complex of the Buddhist monks means indirectly it was a learning center. Indirectly a learning center, no doubt about it. So these the things happened during the period of the Dharmapala. And next one was Devapala. Generally Devapala considered as one of the most powerful ruler. Really he was a powerful ruler, among whom Palas. Comparatively Dharmapala and Gopala, he was the most powerful one. Like his predecessors, he was follower or admirer of the Buddhism, very simple as, but not like Mauryas. These people, once the father or anyone is founder, followed that one religion, almost all the family members, they were admirers of the same religion. Whereas not in case of Mauryas. Chandragupta Maurya, he was admirer of Jainism. Bindusara, admirer of the Ajivaka. Ashoka, admirer of the Buddhism. Samprati, admirer of which one? Jainism. And Brudratha, admirer of the no evidences properly. And at the same time, even though they were admirers of the different people, different religion, but they maintain which one? Religious tolerance, almost. Exceptional case here and there, we don't know. But whereas these people, they were admirer of the one religion, but intolerance much. Intolerance was there. So during this period, what happened? Devapala period, almost the boundaries expansion from foothills of the Himalayas to the Vindhya. Means the central Ganga to lower Ganga, entire Gangetic belt under the control of the whom? This man, Devapala. Even behind the Kanauj in Punjab, Rajputana, Malwa, whoever they were the rulers, they accepted overlordship of this Devapala. That was the reason we consider as one of the most powerful ruler among whom? Only the Palas, not entire India. He was a powerful of only whom? Pala rulers. And next one, during this period there was a one cultural incident we should be remember, that while there was a one ruler name called as a Balaputra Deva. Balaputra Deva, he was a ruler of Malaya, Java. Where was there? These two places, Malaya and Java. Malaya and Java, Indian Ocean and night, Indian Ocean. Where? Malaysia, Indonesia. Okay. So generally, Malaya and Java epic center of the which one? Tsunamis also. Yes. Right? So Malaya and Java, while ruled over by a person named called as a Balaputra Deva of Shailendra dynasty. Dynasty name you should remember. Shailendra. Indians, they went all the way to there and founded a dynasty. See, because of the two reasons. One because of the Buddhism and second one because of the trade. Most of Indians, they migrated to Southeast Asia. One monk, he went to Burma. Later he moved to the Thailand. He went to Thailand for the spread of the Buddhism. But instead of that, Thailand princess married him. Later he became a ruler of the Thailand. He left which one? Buddhism. He admirer of the Buddhism, but not as a lay worshipper, not as a monk. So similarly, because of the trade also, many of them they went and settled, particularly these Tamilians. N number of the people they settled there, Malaysia and one. That was the reason the name similar seems to like that Indians, Balaputra Deva. So Balaputra Deva of Shailendra dynasty, what he did during this period, he granted the income of the 5 villages to restore which one? Nalanda University. Nalanda University. Why I discussed Nalanda University? Because he donated income of the 5 villages. See, he wrote a letter and sent an embassy to whom? Devapala court. Balaputra Deva sent an embassy to which court? Devapala court. Sir, I am ready to pay the income of the 5 villages, whichever vicinity of the where? Nalanda. So better to you granted these 5 villages to the Nalanda University, then only the university going to be survive. Otherwise not possible. Not possible. Who founded this Nalanda University? Actually Kumaragupta. Kumaragupta. Later it was neglected. That was the reason almost ruined. Now whom? Balaputra Deva, because the efforts of the Balaputra Deva, it is going to be restored. But same Nalanda University later was destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khalji. Bakhtiyar Khalji. Why? Islamic rulers, they focus on these Buddhist strains. They thought wealth of Indian rulers, they kept not only Hindu strains, even in the Buddhist strains. While Nalanda, it was a center of the learning recognized across the globe, not only in India. So thousands of the library also such a way they maintained. Thousands of the teachers were there. Imagine about the students. So that was the condition of the Nalanda. That was the reason what he did. To restore the Nalanda University, he sent embassy to his court to granted 5 villages. So here they are going to be frame the question statement wise. During whose period, by whom, the ruler was which place, and what was this dynasty, which university, how many villages, n number of area forms, factorial. they are going to be asked the question. There were some areas regularly, often they are questioned. That was, one is Girnar inscription, Sudarshana Lake, and third one Garuda inscription, fourth one this also. Go and check in every year, whatever the exams by conducting these UPSC, APPSC or TSPSC or any public service commissions, regularly one question from these three, because that much importance are there. So this Devapala, one is boundaries expansion, second one cultural contribution, and he patronized several poets. He was being an admirer of the Buddhism. He patronized a Buddhist poet named called as a Vajradatta. Vajradatta wrote a book known as a Lokeshwara Shatakam. Lokeshwara Shatakam. See, when you are going to be learn that ancient Indian history or any history of ancient, you must focus on that four areas. One, archaeological evidences. Second one, inscriptions. Third one, numismatics. And fourth one, literature, books, whatever there. Books again I can classify it into secular, non-secular, Indian, foreign, whatever the required. So these four are played vital role to learn history properly in ancient. Whereas at the medieval, you must be depend on the only the literature part maximum. So that was the reason generally they are going to be asked question like the match the followings, poet name, book name, match the followings. That was the conditions of that one, Lokeshwara Shatakam. So that Vajradatta wrote which one? Lokeshwara Shatakam, the one. After him, Devapala, gradually the glory of these palas declined. So one after one they came into the power, no one properly maintained their empire or so-called whatever the area. So next ruler name known as a Vigrahapala. Vigrahapala not much powerful. Next Narayanapala. So during the period of the Narayanapala not only lost Magadha, included even East Bengal. So half of his kingdom he lost. Then Narayanapala was succeeded by Rajapala. Somehow he maintained, but Rajapala was succeeded by Mahipala. During the period of the Mahipala, there was a disaster for the Palas. That disaster, Mahipala was defeated by Rajendra Chola. All the way this man who was Rajendra Chola started year journey, finally reached bank of Ganga. Similarly, during the period of this Samudragupta also started his journey, finally reached which one? Same place, south. When Samudragupta started in northern point to southern point, that is called as a Dakshinapata. Similarly, same route, he moved to the north, Uttarapata. In that time, he defeated several kings, finally reached at where? Bank of Ganga, where he defeated whom? Mahipala. Then he assumed a title called as a Gangaikonda. Not only that, after that, his victory commemorations, he built a city called as a Gangaikonda Cholapuram. At Gangaikonda Cholapuram, there was a temple, Brodeshwara temple. So largest tower or so called as a Vimana in India, that was Brodeshwara temple. So when we discuss that separately architecture, while we will be discussed. So most important area culture regarding our UPSC perspective, ancient and in the medieval. So what he did? Rajendra Chola. So it was a disaster. After Rajendra Chola, evidence of this Rajendra Chola, not only Gangaikonda Cholapuram, one more Tirumala inscription. This is also important. Tirumala inscription was inscribed by Rajendra Chola. In that he narrating everything, whatever is success in north. And last ruler known as a Madanapala. Madanapala was dethroned by court employees. Here see, Madanapala was dethroned by court employee name called as a Yemanta Sena. So now Palas was succeeded by Sena. Hemanta Sena. Actually, these Senas originally Kannada people. Sake of their livelihood, all the way they went to Bengal and settled in the court of Palas. Now they dethroned Madanapala and founded independent kingdom. It was known as a which one? Sena. Hemanta Sena was not much powerful, but he was succeeded by his son Ballala Sena. Remember Ballala Sena name. Just you can easily remember because of Bahubali movie, Ballala Deva. He was Ballala Sena. Ballala Sena during his period, two important aspects in Bengal. One, he was responsible by introduce the land grants in Bengal. The feudalism developed because of that Ballala Sena only in where? Bengal. And not only that, he was a great poet. He wrote two books in that one. One was completed and second one incomplete. First one he was completed Abhuta Sagara. Second one Dhana Sagara incompleted work. This Dhana Sagara incomplete work was completed by his son named called as a Lakshmana Sena. Lakshmana Sena also, like his father, was a man of letters and patronized many poets. This was Dhana Sagara book was completed by Lakshmana Sena. Lakshmana Sena patronized a great poet named called as a Jayadeva. Jayadeva, he wrote a book called Gita Govindam. Gita Govindam. So, during the period of the Lakshmana Sena, Bakhtiyar Khalji, he came, defeated Lakshmana Sena and he brought Bengal under the control of the Turks. So, Islamic invasions once we completed, then you will be realized all the what happened here also. Just only fact based you try to be remember here. This is the story. Pala. Next which one? Pratihara. Yeah. Next whom? Rashtrakuta. So one by one we will be discussed. So there is right. So okay.